Now, I'm on my way to a certain place where I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story of what happened to me and why you need to be aware of the scam car parks that are out there. Sainsbury's car park. Sainsbury's, right? Not run by Sainsbury's. The car park's not run by Sainsbury's. The car park is run by Euro car parks. Now, I never had any trouble with Euro car parks. I mean, personally, because I always, in the places where you have to pay and display, I always pay and display. I don't want any trouble. I just want to park and go and do what I got to do and then come back. By the way, this isn't one of those videos where I'm gonna present you with loads of evidence and blah blah blah. And no, I'm just telling you what happened to me, just to make you aware, just to put my bit out there, because I do believe that companies that do this kind of thing, they are scamming. That's what it is. All it is bullying to get money. I mean, this day and age, everyone does everything they can to make a business, to get business and make money. Everyone wants money. So this is why car parks, you know, these people who have these companies, they see, oh, shops, right, they have a car park, great, let's charge people to park their own cars when they want to go into a shop. We can make loads of money. Fair enough, that's a business. Yep, alright, fair enough. But when they start doing things like what happened to me, that goes from just plain fair business to scamming, in my opinion, or however you would want to call it, bullying. Now, I'll put a picture of it up. The sign here says maximum stay, I'm looking at it, maximum stay 3 hours. And you have to be a customer of Sainsbury's, right? So I am a customer of Sainsbury's. I go here to do my weekly food shop. I turned up at 8:30, went into the shop, got me food shopping, and went out at 10:01. And according to their own evidence, what they sent me on the fine letter, the charge notice, whatever they called it, 1 hour and 27 minutes I was here. 1 hour and 27 minutes. But the maximum stay clearly says 3 hours. So, there's another sign over there. Yeah, there's loads of signs, and they all say a maximum stay of 3 hours. Let's go and have a look at that sign. Here's one of the signs up here, look. A maximum stay of 3 hours. So we know exactly what the sign says. So, a bit zoomed in. We know exactly what the sign says, and we know, you know, I wasn't outside trading hours because I went in the shop, yeah? And they fined me for that, and they said it's £50, but if you don't pay within 14 days, it'll go up to £85. You get a discount or something for paying within 14 days. So I was like, bloody right, okay, let's have a look at this. I'm going to appeal this, because I wasn't in the wrong. You haven't got to pay in this car park. It's a free car park. You know, there's no pay and display. It's free car park. So anyway, I appealed it. But the thing was, you had to pay within 14 days from the issue date. And it had on the letter the date it was issued. But the day it was actually delivered to me in the post was 4 days after that issue date. So I had less than 14 days. I had 10 days. Anyway, I appealed it. And then I waited. And it said when you appeal, it said it may take up to 28 days to process your appeal. Right. Well, that's not a lot good. So I waited just in case they had got back to me before that 10 days was over. But they didn't. I waited right until the last day. Yeah? And I bottled it. I bottled out. I mean, I know a lot of you, look, there's contradicting information. Some people who are supposed to be in the know, I like watching that black belt barrister. He's quite good with parking fines on YouTube. Some people say don't pay it, don't pay it. But then it rolls over 85, and then it goes up again, and then you've just got a battle on your hands. Or some people say, no, you pay the first fine, you appeal it, and they'll give you a refund if they find, you know. So what do you do is a tricky question. But I bottled it. I bottled out. I couldn't afford the 50 quid. I genuinely couldn't afford the 50 quid. They got me. I'm in trouble. Not in trouble. That's the wrong word. I'm in a spot of bother now because I've had to spend 50 quid I didn't have. But I don't want any sympathy for that. I'm just saying, I'd rather have spent the 50 quid than have to spend 85 later, or possibly more than 85. Because there's no way I could have done that. So I bottled it on the last day and paid the £50 fine. Probably about 4 or 5 days after I did that, I got an email from them and said, because you've now paid the fine, the ticket is now closed. Great. And then there was a little PDF file attached to that, so I read that. And it said, the parking charge notice was issued correctly. No further correspondence. And now I can't even go back onto the website. If I put that number in, it just says it's invalid. I can't contact them. I tried sending them an email from my email address. It pings back at me. They've obviously their system's blocked my email address. I thought about there doesn't appear to be any phone number for Eurocar. See, what I'm saying is you need to be aware. Yeah, these companies, I don't know whether it's just me. I know the staff, because I come here quite often, the staff that work in Sainsbury's, I talk to them, you know, not friends, but friendly with them. And all the staff were getting warnings, you know, about parking here outside of store hours. At least they got a warning. But I wasn't outside of the opening hours. I was within the opening hours. But I know this because I went in the shop. So I know the shop was open. But they were getting warnings and they were getting fined. But then, because they said we're staff, they didn't have to pay the fine. But what I'm saying is, I don't know whether it's just me as a customer that's got one of these fines. I don't know whether other people have been fined as well, because there's a few cars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there is cars around here at the moment, and we're within opening hours. The shop is open now. People are just starting to turn up. There's a constant stream of cars going around there, coming to do their weekly shop. I just think, you know, I honestly, genuinely thought that their ANPR system had issued me that ticket by mistake, and the person was going to look at it and go, oh, bloody hell. He comes in here every week. He was inside the shop opening hours. We know he's a customer. You know, that fine was issued by mistake. I really thought that. I genuinely did, from the goodness of my heart. I thought that that's what they were going to say. But when they turned around and just said it was issued correctly, because you've now paid it, it's closed. And now they won't let me talk to them anymore. That, in my head, is bullying. You know, that's pure and simple bullying. You know, we have more money than you. We run this car park. We're taking your money. And if you don't give it to us, we'll make you pay more money. And if you don't pay that, you pay more. And if you don't pay that, we'll take you to court. And you have to pay court fine, fees, and then blah, 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 and all that time out of work and all that bollocks. That's what it is. That is exactly what it is. You know, I haven't got time for any of that. So, as I say, me making this video isn't going to make any impact on the situation. These companies, to be honest, no one from these companies, Eurocar parks, is never going to watch this, probably. They might, but probably not. The only people who are going to watch this little video is random people who might click on it. Maybe you've had the same thing and you've found a video which is titled whatever I've titled this, and you thought, that's the same as me, I'm going to watch that. It's never going to fix this problem, you know, of these parking companies doing this. But I just kind of felt like if I add my piece of what happened to me out there into the ether, into the YouTube ether, you know, it'll get a bit thicker, and all the other people that have had these companies and other companies bully them wrongly, even though they didn't do anything wrong, they still fined them and took their money. You know, maybe. Honestly, I think it's just going to get worse. It's never going to get any better. I mean, it's lucky that this is a free car park. If it wasn't a free car park, I wouldn't come here, because I ain't paying to go into a supermarket to buy food. No way, you know. But there's a lot of car parks around where I live where you have to pay and display. You pay about £3 an hour, you know, or some places it's £6 for 3 hours or something like that. There's actually a car park near me, ain't too bad. You can be in there for about 4 or 5 hours and it's like £1.50, which ain't that bad. But there's another car park that is a known thing. I don't know who runs it. I don't know if it's Euro Car Parks or if it's a different company, but it's a known thing. You go in there, you pay your money, but the AMPR thing will still send you a fine. And if you don't pay the fine, they will take you to court. I know people personally who have had the bloody court summons. And I also know people personally who literally just caved in and paid the fine straight away. But then they go in there again next week because they think, oh, they paid the fine straight away because they're like, oh, I must have done something wrong. Oh, I'll pay the fine. It's my fault. They go in there another week, pay their money again, and they know they paid the money because they got the receipt for it. And they get another fine, another 50 quid. But then, of course, they just pay it again. But that's what these companies go by. They go by, people aren't going to stand up and go, hang on a minute, you bully me here. You know, I've done nothing wrong and you're bullying the money out of me. You're scamming me. They're not going to do that. People are just going to pay the fines. And that's what these companies run by. That's what these companies go by. Anyway, you lot, take of it what you will, what I just said. As I say, I haven't got all the evidence. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to sit here and overwhelm you with all the evidence. I just wanted to tell you the story, the facts of the story. And if you have been stung, as we will say, by Euro car parks or any other parking company in England or anywhere in the world perhaps, but I think England's what we're primarily talking about, or the United Kingdom at least, you know, Ireland and Wales and all them, Scotland, all them come together. Let's talk about everything. Put it in the comments. You know, I would like to hear your stories. You know, there is two sides to every story, but in my particular story there's only really one side because it's, well, that's it. There's no other way around it. So I'll see you lot later on. Treat people nicely, and we should have a nice happy life with any luck. Try not to, well, I was going to say try not to bully anyone, but if you're a bully, you're a bully. Yeah, people who run these companies are obviously bullies. That's why they decide to start a company bullying people. Anyway, cheerio lot, all the best, and I'll see you on the next one.